trying to do something here. It's alright. No, go ahead, question. Anyway, as I was saying, no, what is it, man? What is it?
Who knows what the world weighs? I try to calculate, I feel the palpitations. Heart straining, inflation made it harder still. Dipping the tap till bills prevail. Still for sale, trying to build enough to tip the scale. In my direction, I'm trying to cut myself a section. Checks protect, but debt spreads like infection. It's insurrection, it's getting out of control. I give a pound to my man, cause the weight's too much to hold. And every time a check bounces, I wonder, should I skip the pounds and try to concentrate on ounces, but forget the metrics? I ride the groove to the eclectics. Instead of meddling and peddling, I settled into electric waveforms are saved from obscurity in the edit. If the world is mine, I wonder if I'm ever gonna get it. If I do, I gotta spin it so daylight persists. It's too heavy, y'all, so I lay it down like
it's the
this.
weight of the world.
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the world's
What's the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together.
Who knows what the world weighs? I try to calculate, take time to change the paradigm and end the debate. Like extra P with the stress, I'm only trying to be great, but the sum of the totals barely makes up the weight. I got enough on my plate. Please don't expect me to rest with this pressure on my chest. Feels like a cardiac arrest, the way my heart is involved, the way the world turns and revolves, the way you look upon me for your problems to solve. I ain't an abacus, I can barely keep it afloat. Tie me off to the dock, I'm at the end of my rope. Yeah, whatever, our conversation's more like arbitration time. I took a long vacation from this hostage situation. Shift the weight in the state, I concentrate on the scale. You only seem to hang around to see if I fail. What's that? The wind came up and your true colors unfold. It's demolition from the prison of the weight of your world. What's the weight of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the world's
What's the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together. Who knows what the world weighs? From in the basement, I'm trying to calculate it using water displacement, getting deeper in the mud as I continue to toil, and knowing most of what it weighs is made of water and soil. And while I struggle, shovel and rubble, trouble bubbles, the surface percolates, the murk awaits. Working late isn't worth the weight of the lurking shadows that only make my days heavier still and brilliant light, and keep the chill in the still of the night. Feeling the tightness, muscle straining, containing the weight, making my hand shake, waking the landscape, taking the chance, making me get tall about 10 feet. Stretching me over the edges, making the ends meet. And I'm not trying to do it alone. If we can't shoulder the load together, still I'm holding my own. So let the weight drop, I'm trying to take my piece to the top. The world waits, but it don't stop.
What's the weight of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the world's
What's the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together. I just stepped inside the pro lab, dropped the vocab that was so fab, so you could go blab to two friends and so on and so on. As I go on, I'm stacking the deck. I write rhymes in red ink, so I come correct. I don't run off at the mouth. My ass catches, mic checks. I don't have wealth to flaunt, so I won't crash my legs. I take time to express. The BPMs guide me, so every minute that a minute you can count to 93. Yo, pitch, you're eyeing me. You need a jump for the sound.
Well, it's from positive to positive and negative to ground. The RP lab is underground, making beats that are stunning. So to increase the volume, simply turn up the plumbing. During summers, I usually chill on the Cape, circulating through the air like a pre-release tribe tape. People wanna know if I've made it yet? Well, if you wanna find out, just check my last cassette. Made a lot of demo tapes and then we sent them to the labels. But trying to get a deal is like Brooklyn getting cable. No diss to Brooklyn, that's my old hometown. Formulation, integration with that RP sound. Turning oxygen to thought is what I'm all about now. Kicking verbs so absurd, gift of dab like mockingbirds. Dropping words in conjunction, RP production. Watch the third rail, train a dot like a junction.
This side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab.
I'm a record button. Too many rappers depress me. I know I'm not alone, cause I'm not Lisa Marie Presley. And crews are multiplying and dying quicker than Nestle. It's senseless. Pack all those guns and still defenseless. And they don't understand why I act this way. Pumping up the funky beat and still got something to say. I keep my eyes open so my mind doesn't decay. I want a room with a view for the remains of the day. I want some room to just do, cause you know how we say. My tape deck's a kid, I wish my button was
Now let
play.
me press pause for a second. Last night, change it all, do it my way. This girl ain't returning my calls, so fuck that. Cause this girl ain't even worth a curse. So I get back into the lab to generate my new verse. Call me Pluto, I'm from a distant frozen hip-hop planet. Got you caught up in the loop as if my name was David Mamet. The RP mic check, exposing fraud like Ralph Nader. Laboratory activation, you go sound like my pager.
This side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab,
Cape.
this side the lab.
Cape.
This side the lab, but I drop the key. Start the lab.
Said you're crazy. Rap will never stay around, nothing but a fad for the lazy. You couldn't take the time to learn to play an instrument, but that was where my money went. Cause I spent my money on the latest wax back before the CD. You could see me as Skippy White's, always flipping through the LPs. The mid-80s had my wax in big stacks. My tables didn't match and I mixed it from Radio Shack. I'm cutting records on a straight-on belt drive. Still too young to drive, knew I would arrive. Cause I had the ear of a producer. So I started buying sample records that I didn't have a use for yet. But someday, some way, somehow, you got me making tracks of my own. So here I come now. Yeah, I'm coming, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, I'ma try and I gotta remain true.
Robbie B and ZBC, where you can check out a local rhyme with Magnus, who had the knack for switching his time slot. The later we played, the rougher the rhymes got. Jesse Jess at ERS was the best DJ, and that's the reason MC Shan came and took him away. Now Cambridge Mass was represented and presentable, but Jesse Jess never cut a record that's reprehensible. The master of the scratch and the mix, so you can bet it's time for me to give the man behind the wheel some credit. Cause Jesse Jess was inspirational, sensational, senselessly killed, what a waste. The hip-hop nation will never know the talent of the hand so fast they blur. So gets me mad to think of all the jams he never heard. For all of those that never had a chance to listen, here's a taste of what you're missing. Time to down me cause I'm coming up, I know I'm gonna make it. Never fake determination, concentration, you can't break me. Cause I stay focused, never hocus pocus. Focus on slow pokes, no I make no jokes when I'm flowing. Boast is not what I'm about, but I take pride in what I do, which just so happens to be rapping, and I'm tried and true. About to come above ground, it's raw produce. About to show you how we lay it down. We try to skyscrape, ideas take shape, that's the sound sensation. The foundation, you can't just buy tape and lay down your verse. There's a little something that you gotta lay down first.
Oh yeah, check it out, look what my mind is in tone. My foundation is the art, let me set it in stone. With a chisel and a hammer, goddamn, I made a mark. So let me cycle right around to the original start. On my first record, at the age of 7, but now it's all about the beats that are pumped in the streets. Imparted with this love long before I ever charted. Half-hearted MCs shouldn't try to get it started. Yeah, I know you're always keeping it real. Always talking about the blunts and how you're packing a steel. Talking all that garbage like it buys you clout. Always talking blow up, I wish you pull the fuck out. Well, I'm as solid as a rock from the bones to epidermals. Verbals kicking cookie cutters with the bombs and the crazy butters. Taking giants like my pawn takes rope. This is my testament, my permanence. Sound circumstance, music's in the heart and blessed in the head. Music is a memory and how it's fed. Music ain't nothing but a people jam. It's pitch and canes, raw produce, rockin' without a band. It's foundation.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone. It's foundation.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone. It's foundation.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone. It's foundation.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the
33
stone.
and a third, that's my preferred rate of heavy rotation. I couldn't be in the house if I didn't lay the foundation, trying to base a reputation in patience and virtuosity.
So if you don't know,
Now I can settle your curiosity, possibly the best bet. For pressable decibels, the resume is on display. By pressing play on your deck, it's respectable. Not the next to pull a weapon, suggesting you fear me when you duck down. It gets harder for you to hear me, and I want my words heard, cause I get perturbed to wasting oxygen with lung capacity. capacity and tenacity backing me. I'm talking sense like common, not harming you when I'm bombing you. Coming from insomnia with more produce than Carmen Miranda. I'm at demands with the standard. That's up to standards, don't pander to market strategies. Rather retain my candor and the cornerstone's been laid a decade. I stated it still, no tricks in 96. It's time to build.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Now I got a strong base to stand on.
Take it for granted. It's written in the stone.
Trying to do something here. It's all right. No, go ahead, question. Anyway, as I was saying, what is it, man? What is
Who
it?
knows what the world weighs? I try to calculate, I feel the palpitations. Heart straining, inflation made it harder still. Dipping the tap till bills prevail. Still for sale, trying to build enough to tip the scale in my direction. I'm trying to cut myself a section. Checks protect, but debt spreads like infection. It's insurrection, it's getting out of control. I give a pound to my man, cause the weight's too much to hold. And every time a check bounces, I wonder should I skip the pounds and try to concentrate on ounces, but forget the metrics. I ride the groove to the eclectics instead of meddling and peddling. I settled into electric waveforms are saved from obscurity in the edit. If the world is mine, I wonder if I'm ever going to get it. If I do, I gotta spin it so daylight persists. It's too heavy, y'all, so I lay it down like
It's the weight
this.
of the world.
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together.
Who knows what the world weighs? I try to calculate, take time to change the paradigm and end the debate. Like extra P with the stress, I'm only trying to be great. But the sum of the totals barely makes up the weight. I got enough on my plate. Please don't expect me to rest with this pressure on my chest. Feels like a cardiac arrest, the way my heart is involved. Way the world turns and revolves, the way you look upon me for your problems to solve. I ain't an abacus, I can barely keep it afloat. Tie me off to the dock, I'm at the end of my rope. Yeah, whatever, our conversation's more like arbitration time. I took a long vacation from this hostage situation. Shift the weight in the state, I concentrate on the scale. You only seem to hang around to see if I fail. What's that? The wind came up and your true colors unfold. It's demolition from the prison of the weight of What's the weight of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together. Who knows what the world weighs? From in the basement, I'm trying to calculate it using water displacement, getting deeper in the mud as I continue to toil, and knowing most of what it weighs is made of water and soil. And while I struggle, shovel and rubble, trouble bubbles, the surface percolates, the murk awaits. Working late isn't worth the weight of the lurking shadows that only make my days heavier still in brilliant light, and keep the chill in the still of the night. Feeling the tightness, muscles straining, containing the weight, making my hand shake, waking the landscape, taking the chance, making me get tall about 10 feet, stretching me over the edges, making the ends meet. And I'm not trying to do it alone. If we can't shoulder the load together, still I'm holding my own. So let the weight drop. I'm trying to take my piece to the top. The world waits, but it don't stop.
What's the weight of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world
What's the weight
together.
of the world?
I don't have time for debating. I concentrate on trying to make it, cause I know the
What's
world's
the weight
waiting.
of the world?
It might as well be light as a feather, because we couldn't weigh the world unless we got the world together.
Here's a bulletin just handed me from the wires of the Associated Press. Washington, D.C. The White House has just announced that it's counting on all of us to make our victory gardens a success this year. New developments in fertilizers ensure a bumper crop for everyone. Let's get those tomatoes and cucumbers underway. Be sure to have a good supply of humus on hand. Your victory garden is your share of... Say, what the hell is this?
Oh Lord, how am I gonna pay the rent? I rubbed the phone cord twice to generate a red cent, but it's not to call back later. Or she's not in now, I might resolve to hate her. Yo, Cadence up the fader.
Hey, bitch, I know just what you mean, I'm getting frustrated. Waiting for what? Sometimes I wonder if I'm under for the third time behind the count. I need to volley for serve. Yo, it's getting on my nerves. It's getting on my nerves.
Now, Ian always said he'd never ever be the prick, but that shit was in his head, cause I can almost taste the cake. Oh man, I wish I had a spoon. This place is getting kinda crowded, I hope to find myself a little room, cause I need to take a deep breath. I used to have some patience, now there's none left. Calisthenics are the path, they ain't hanging with no fakes. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so be easy on the brakes. I bring a smile with a track, I bring the waves with a rhyme.
The picture's white as a sheet.
Yo, that news ain't worth a dime.
I put my 2 cents in, just keep your 2 cents out. If you think I need to justify my position in this business, I doubt we're gonna get along. I won't let it stop me. If you don't like it, don't buy it, then the label will drop me. If not, you got the power not to come to my show. If you don't like it, why the fuck you wanna play the front row? When I get on stage, I simply want the credit I deserve. So don't step like you wanna rush me, cause it's making me nervous.
It's getting on my nerves, 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 it's getting on my nerves.
Now when my nerves get rattled, I try not to prattle on the battle rages. As I approach the latter stages, I've been trying to find my way. I've heard who more times than Horton. If I wasn't confident, I'd start to think I'm unimportant. Even still, insecurity sure to try to get the best of me. It starts in my head, and if I let it get the rest of me, I'm incapacitated. I hate it, I get disgusted, so I always check the pitch when I need to get adjusted.
Cold sweat's what I get, and then I'm weak in the knees. I have to bring bad things to life, cause they tend to come in threes. Like 1, 2, 3,
Bad.
1, 2, 3.
Good, sometimes it's hard to tell which is which. I wish I
So
understood.
let's check the score, cause I know I got a couple more disasters than the crashes that'll put me to the floor. Sometimes I can't determine what I've done to deserve this. Don't let it get me down, although it often makes me nervous.
Nervous when I'm at the surface. Feel it shutting up in my bones. Nervous when I'm at the surface. Feel it shutting up in my bones.
It's getting on my nerves, 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 it's getting on my nerves.
How am I gonna pay the rent? The road to riches leads to hell because it's paved with good intent. But all my well-meaning thoughts still melt away the stacks of bills. I got no cold cash to front, so I catch the backs of chills. It seems that opportunity is always passing me by instead of moral support. People keep asking me why, still I try to find a way to make songs for your enjoyment. But it's hard to bank on my career collecting unemployment as my talents go to waste. I see the balance decrease in my accounts to pressure amounts. I need to find a release. I try to steer it to the skid until the day the break comes. And when it's hard to get a grip, it's when I twiddle my thumb.
Lead the kind of little life's left me double jointed.
Okay. Disappointed.
I might have pulled some false alarms when I was living in the past, but trying to find the finish lines when I broke into a dash with a dot dot
Dash.
and a dot dot
Dash.
So I become the Morse code while I'm waiting for the crash with a dot dot
Dash.
and a dot dot
Dash.
So I become the Morse code while I'm waiting for the blast.
I said, here it comes.
Boom. Now when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Zoom. I hit the O and the 2 and the 144. So if you hear me making noise, that means I'm right outside your door. Go to hell and back. Use my rhyme pages in the furnace. Skipping out of Sunday service, cause the preacher made me nervous.
It's getting on my nerves. 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 It's getting on my nerves.